Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast.
Dirty bitches.
Yeah. What's up, all you dirty bitches? I got my co-host here, CJ Anderson. And I am your host, official host, Madison Bernard.
Oh, shit.
And,
I just realized I let you out of your cage.
Oh,
dude.
Are you still talking?
What are you
still
doing
talking?
here?
Yeah?
What are you doing right here?
Did I give you
right now?
permission? Did I give you permission?
Sorry. I didn't. It's just like I feel like everything here is mine.
Dude, I thought you were a human being for
and
a
you're
second.
sitting on my
I
chair.
thought you were a human being for a second. Do I have to get Kim Jong-un back on the line? By the way, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. First and foremost, Kim Jong-un. He sends over salt packets because that's all he really has.
Full-time supporter.
Yeah, and also to
Long-time
Kim Jong-il
supporter.
before him because he was a great supporter of our podcast.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And Vladimir Putin. He's really chill.
I call him the Putin, Poot man.
Yeah, the Pootmeister, as we call.
Call him the Poon mine.
Yeah.
Poon mine.
Yeah, seriously. He's doing a good thing over there in Russia. Not really, but, still.
Do your thing.
And,
do your thing.
Do your thing, you know.
And
I ain't gonna tell you what to do.
I would like to thank Edward Snowden for also big help.
Big help.
with
half
this
our materials,
podcast.
Half our materials.
Oh, basically.
Yeah,
He's supplied some great feedback.
Right.
And do your thing, dog.
Yep.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. So
that's
we get those cleared out of the way.
And I want to thank technology for supporting this
Evolution
podcast. Also,
in its general construct. Thank you for this.
I love evolution, man.
Oh yeah.
Evolution.
Who doesn't?
This thumb has helped me out
dude.
so many
This
times.
thumb has gone so many places. I don't even want to say half.
I feel bad for those little dirty little apes.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I mean,
Bastards.
I look at my cat and I'm like, man, you just don't know the joys of this thumb, bro.
Oh, and I want to give a shout out to my boy Damien back in town for Baston.
From Baston, eh?
We're gonna probably party tonight,
Nice.
maybe.
Where at?
Don't know. Yeah, I gotta hit him up. He's in Tampa.
Okay. We are hailing from St. Petersburg, Florida.
St. Pete, Florida,
Yes.
FLA, baby.
Pinellas County. Also the same city that had lost all those votes during the recount with, what's his face, George Bush Jr. against Al Gore. Found that out yesterday, you know that?
What?
This is the exact county that was under scrutiny for all those lost votes in the recount that happened in Florida.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Isn't that fucked?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
I had no idea.
This county's retarded. Well, when you have
Fuck George Bush.
a place called Pinellas Park.
Oh yeah, or South
and
Side.
a place called
To all my homies out there, I love you
Pinellas
guys,
County.
But I just know how it is, man. It's shitty.
G'd up, hose down.
Shut up.
It's your boy.
G's up.
Anyways,
I'd like to thank Molly. She's a great supporter of the show.
fucking love Molly.
Oh, Molly, dude. Knocking on my door.
I was chilling with that chick all weekend. She kept me up all night.
Oh, yeah. Her and Mary Jane, bro.
Mary
Straight
Jane
up.
put me
Cool
to
chicks,
sleep.
bro. Double D's. Straight up.
Mary Jane put me to sleep. So, anyways, that's it for our sponsors. Big shout out. Thank you
Yes. Appreciate
for all
it.
your help.
And all your little gifts that you
And,
sent. Definitely kept the support alive.
so yeah. Let's get to the podcast. We really need a theme song soon.
Oh, yeah. We got a theme song in the works, folks. It sounds pretty sweet.
It's gonna happen.
And I feel like we're going to change it up every time we play it, just the way we introduce ourselves and stuff like that. So it's not going to be the same, but it's going to be kind of acclimated, hopefully, to who we got.
It's gonna be crazy.
Guest-wise, yes. It's going to be crazy. Should be.
Yeah.
Also, we might have a little small vote, possibly, over some names. We're still mulling over the name of the podcast itself.
Oh yeah, we should.
I've been
We
thinking
should have a
about-
vote.
Yes.
Actually-
We've got like names like Pandemonium, the Mad Dog and C. Jester Show, and a couple
Pancakes
others.
and waffles.
But we'll introduce those at a later time.
uh,
Pancakes and waffles. Yeah, I mean, it's
CJ.
legit. We'll just call it Waffle House. Just call it Pancake House because Waffle House is taken. So
Yeah.
or just call it the Sausage Fest. Especially with CJ here, he never brings the bitches. Yeah.
Speaking of bitches, what's up with your girly dog?
Oh yeah, let's
Huh?
not get into that, bro.
Let's
what about
go.
your girl, dog?
What's
huh?
up with the girly
what
dog?
about your girl, dog? Huh?
The multiple girls.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I can talk about mine. So.
I feel really smothered right now. Quote unquote, CJ. I feel really smothered, and I just can't handle this pressure right now.
Yeah, I have
A lot
relationship
of things
issues.
on my mind.
It's pretty bad.
We all do at some point.
Yeah. So whatever happened to that girl that you were talking to in
Yeah.
Russia?
What? Oh yeah, dude, that chick was cool, man. But I totally
Yeah,
got in
long
contact with
distance
her.
relationship.
Yeah, that sucked.
Skype, man, it can only go so far.
Oh yeah, I mean it wasn't gonna last, but it was
No.
fun. Met her on chat roulette.
Did you ever fuck her?
Oh yeah, with my air pussy. Yeah, cause I'm a
Got-
thespian.
It's like, yo, yo, baby, you want that Skype dick?
Anyways, so what about Elizabeth, bro? Have you talked to her lately?
No,
That kind of
no.
psychosexual nightmare that you went through there. For 11 months?
Psychosexual yoga nightmare.
Yeah. Dude, she was
Yeah,
a
no.
fine as a motherfucker, and she was like, I ain't had none of that. I'm in my sexual prime.
I'm in my sexual prime.
And she totally wasn't black, but she sounded black. It's a true story.
No, she did not
She was-
at all. What are you talking about?
Let's not play games, okay?
So,
Anyways. So,
I'm gonna pull
yeah,
up
well,
something here.
St. Petersburg lately, man, shit. The weather's been crazy, dude. What happened to this being the
Fuck the weather, nigga.
What happened to this being the sunshine city of the world, man, or the fucking country? It's been raining every other fucking day.
No, well, it's Florida, bro.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, so I'm on an interview. Had an interview today.
Really?
Went pretty well, I think,
Where?
for Lucky Dill.
Pickle.
Lucky Dill. Dude, get this though. I'm talking to this guy, right? What? He's a manager, and I told him
cute.
that I hiked the Appalachian Trail for a few days.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh, that's great! Wow!" And I actually, I've been all over the country. I'm like, "Oh no way! Wow!" He's like, "Yeah, one day I
Great story.
quit my job. I quit my job.
Yeah.
I broke up with my girlfriend, sold my car, sold all my things. Only
Oh
carried,
yeah, dude.
carried enough.
Dude, I
that-
met a guy like that before.
Carried
man.
enough that I could carry on my back and hiked across the country.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. I met a guy like that in Albany as well. In Albany, New York. Met a guy on the side of the street just walking. He had a house and a car and a motorcycle. He sold all of it.
Yeah, he's like,
He
this
had to
guy
get a
was like,
divorce. He lost a lot of it. So he just said, you know
Oh.
what? Worked too hard to keep all this shit.
he said this guy was just like, he was fine. He was living comfortably, but he just felt like there's something that he was missing.
Right.
Exactly. There's something missing. So,
How old was he? Right.
man, I didn't ask him. I didn't
but
ask
what
him.
did
He
look
looked
like?
young, man. He didn't look that old. Like 30s. He looked,
Oh,
young
yeah, early
30s.
Right.
Early
Yeah,
30s.
It's like a early midlife crisis, man. Them shits
Mhm,
happen. Because,
I
like, you
know.
know, sometimes you see people, they just work, and they're not really doing anything with their lives. They're not really experiencing life. They might even stay in the same town for years. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that myself without feeling like I'm missing something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much to see, so much to do, but people sell their lives to, like,
A lot of
making
it-
money and shit like that. Like,
I mean, you get both spectrums of that. Like, you get the people that just want to work hard, and they put off living their lives till later. You know?
right.
They think, just gotta work hard, bust my ass, and then once I get financially comfortable,
Right.
then I'll go do the things I want to do.
Right.
Then you get the other people. That's
Present hedonists. I saw something on this once. It's like there's present hedonists, and then there's those who think in the long term. They do things for the future, and there are those who are present hedonists and want to spend their money that they have now and enjoy it now because they feel a certain kind of calling. Like they actually looked at Italy, and they were looking at the two different sides of Italy and how the northern part of Italy is very industrious, very productive, and the southern Italy is like the old-fashioned, you know, food. You know, classic style Italy stuff.
Isn't the new like they hate the southern Italy, right?
Yes,
They hate the new.
They kind of hate each other's the sides.
I see a lot of Italians, man. They're fucking all tight shirt.
Oh yeah, well that's a Europe thing, man. I mean, you go to Europe and
gelled.
it's just like metrosexual.
Faggots.
And a lot of
No,
lot of
dude.
Arabs there too. You know, no offense to
Yeah.
Arabs or anything, but they just really invaded compared to where I saw like 10 years ago. And
Rich
they all wear
bastards.
kind of like they all wear the Reebok stuff. I mean, you saw Aslan, our friend Aslan, he's a Russian guy. They all wear the sports clothes, but they all play soccer. And It's like kind of the style thing. over there. Football.
I got my sneakers in my trunk, dog.
You got your Reeboks, your Pumas.
No, my Adidas.
Okay, choose 3 of the 3. Fubu. I got Fubu. That's all I got.
Fubu.
I got Fubu. I rock my Tims in this hot ass 98-degree one.
Have you seen my skate shoes, dude? They're so fucking big. They're like astronaut shoes.
Oh yeah,
They're
like,
Osiris.
they're fatties, dude. Aren't they like just DC's kind of
Mm,
style?
They're Osiris. They're fucking huge. I feel like I'm wearing space
What-
boots every time I.
What do you mean they're just like puffy, right?
Yeah,
just, like,
they're
wide.
gigantic.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to protect your ankle when you
I was
skate.
gonna say gigante. I assume. Gigante.
El punto.
Es mucho grande. No es chiquito. Oh, you like that, you dirty bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's my Friday night. I don't know about
Yeah.
you. But if I don't hear that one special moment,
If you don't hear that,
when I'm going deep down,
then you know you didn't do
dude.
good work.
Dude, you know you just did a mediocre, subpar job. If you
Yeah.
don't hear that, right as she's hitting her peak, bro.
That's nasty. Okay. It's gross.
Getting a little off track. We don't really have a track, actually. You're so juvenile. You're so juvenile.
Yeah, I know, sometimes. But that's why we decided to do this podcast.
Anyways, I know you don't care at all, CJ, but Startail Bomber has just recently won the WCS Korea. Well, no, WCS Season 2
Yeah, so
finals
what is this?
in
Is this the
StarCraft
Star
2.
Trek?
What the
Or fucking, not Star Trek. StarCraft.
StarCraft is a
I'm
very
sorry, I'm terrible
popular
with that.
game. The first one came out in 1998.
StarCraft.
And,
And so what, explain like what they do.
Okay, so
these competitions are about. 'Cause that's pretty crazy.
StarCraft is a PC game that came out in 1998 and
Titian.
became extremely popular. It had 3 separate races that you could choose, and basically you build an army, you gather resources, and you attack. And so the victor, is who has the biggest army, plays the smartest.
I mean, I played it when I was little.
Right.
And it was fucking, I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the game.
Dude,
but I like games like that.
it
Those type of
became-
games, like Ancient Civilizations.
It's called an RTS. It's like
Yeah.
Age of Empires, stuff like that. You start
Age
a
of
base,
Empire,
you
Ancient
build resources.
Civilizations. Oh, there's this badass game called Kohan. Kohan.
Kohan or
Yeah.
Conan?
Kohan. I think it was Kohan.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to see if I can find it.
Anyways, yeah, so StarCraft, basically, it became a South Korean national sport. And they was broadcast on 2 separate television channels in Korea's TV. Literally, it was huge. Like, there were stadiums for it. People were watching it. And there's still tournaments for the original game now. The second one came out around 2010, I believe. And that gained a lot of traction recently. And they stream live.
You get way faster internet, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Than I do.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Bullshit.
So anyway, Startail Bomber was considered one of the best when StarCraft 2 came out. Like, he played in Brood War, and he won a championship. I think MLG I can't remember, Columbia, Dallas, or something like that. And then he was like a shoo-in. People thought he was going to be one of the greatest in StarCraft, and he still is a great player. Had a lot of great tournament runs, but never got to the finals. He would just always choke. There was always something he did wrong, so he had a lot of baggage. And there was this curse on him by Artosis, this announcer who used to play Brood War 2. And,
yeah, Brood War. That's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, Brood War was the expansion pack for StarCraft 1.
And
That's
how
what
much
really hit high gear.
How much did they win in these competitions?
Oh, well, the WCS Korea final, the WCS Season 2 finals.
Over
was $40,000.
$4 million. Well, this is over $4 million in prize money has been awarded in total.
For StarCraft?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Flash.
Since October 2012.
The 2 top guys from Brood War were Flash and Jaedong, which have subsequently moved to StarCraft 2.
No.
Flash has won over $400,000 in tournaments because
Dude,
people started calling him God
crazy.
because he was just so perfect with his mechanics. And the crazy thing is, it's like,
what do you mean mechanics? What's
mechanics is like timings. You time when you build certain units, certain units, certain buildings that build units, and when you attack, because then you know your opponent won't have something that you have, and then your strategy on the field, like that's how it is. And it's really tough because you have to separate all these different aspects into control groups on your keyboard so that you can quickly go to your barracks that make units with one click of a key, and then you could go to your army that's in the middle of the field. So you don't have to hop around the map with your cursor and drag everywhere. You just quickly go everywhere. So these guys, these Koreans, just got so fucking fast.
Fucking Koreans.
Literally. That some people will reach up to 300 APM. So 300
What the hell is APM?
APM is actions per minute. So can you imagine if you're going 300 APM per minute? So what's 300 divided by 60? Or that's 5.
Talking to the wrong guy.
Listen. They were doing 5 actions per second. So he's clicking, moving, making something, choosing something 5 times a second at like the peak of these guys.
Yeah.
So it's like
dude, and
just going across the field, moving things just a little
I
bit.
remember looking on YouTube.
Right.
Seeing these guys do their thing, and they'll have the camera on
Oh yeah.
on the hands.
I think I showed you that. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Their fingers just look like
just going crazy,
just absolutely
ridiculous.
Crazy. And so it's extremely hard to get good at. And
You know what sucks though is that a lot of these cats, Like what separates? Yeah, it sucks because you could spend all this time playing this game,
Right.
right? But these people that do these competitions, right here it says the top 50 in the ranking of 2012, right? 50. Now there are millions of people playing this game.
Well, not millions.
There's not.
Well, there's millions who bought it, but then there's people who don't play it anymore. I'd say consistently there's probably around 500,000.
500,000 people
or
playing
more.
this game. Out of those 500,000, 50 people are making a living.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
Oh,
They're
of
making
course.
a great living off it.
Yeah. It's very
That's
tough. It's
fucking
selective.
shitty.
Yeah.
What makes these 50 people better than the other people that probably put in the same amount of time as they do?
There's just dedication.
Is it like genetics?
Well,
You
yeah,
know
well,
what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna get a little racist
DNA?
here, but there's this
You know.
classic
Well,
Koreans
remember
are
that
just
one
ridiculous.
chick that was like lesbian
Acer
or something?
Scarlet, man. Team Acer Scarlet, she's not Korean at all, and she's for Team
Was she
Acer.
Canadian or
she's Canadian,
something?
yeah. And she's just gross, man. She's just such a
Yeah,
great
she
Zerg
looks
player.
gross.
She plays Zerg.
Would you fuck her? Him?
Oh, man. I talked with my clanmates about this, and it's so ridiculous because
Would you
I
fuck him or her?
probably would. Just because she's fucking ridiculous, and that's kind of hot itself. But she was a guy, I think, and then she doesn't like to talk about it, I hear, but she became a woman. I don't know exactly if she's had surgery or anything like that, but she's really, really good. She was in the brackets for the season 2 finals, so she was really, really good. And she almost made it to the semifinals and into the finals, but Bomber wound up beating her.
Oh, yeah. How'd that one competition go?
Yeah, it was insane, man. Bomber.
She lost, right?
Yeah, she lost against Bomber 3-2. It was really close, but Bomber, man, he was on fire, and he just wanted to win so bad because the curse. Everyone knew about the curse, and he hadn't won a tournament in 2
curse?
years.
What's the curse?
2 years he hadn't won a tournament because he always did something to sabotage himself, or he fucked up something,
Yeah.
and Bomber would lose it, or he would choke. And so this curse kind of rid on him for 2 years. He didn't win anything, and he's considered one of the best since the beginning, and he still is. And then he finally got to the finals against Jaedong, and Jaedong is a fantastic Zerg player from Brood War, StarCraft 1. And he moved to StarCraft 2. He was getting better, going to tournaments, but he kept losing in the finals. He was getting to finals recently, but he kept getting second place. And so Bomber versus Jaedong, awesome, awesome matchups. 2 people who had a lot to prove. And Bomber rolled him 4-0 out of 7, best of 7, rolled him. And it was a beautiful moment, I personally think, because Jaedong, fantastic guy, I love him. But Bomber just had to get rid of that curse, man, and he did it in convincing fashion. Motherfucker was crazy, dude. These guys are really something else.
Apparently, there's a big scandal. I guess there was it says here.
Well, like rigging.
Yeah, 11 players were banned from the game for life and faced civil and criminal lawsuits.
I never actually heard about this.
Yeah, all 11 players had all prizes and rewards revoked.
Who are the players? Did they say? Was this
programmer
Brood War or StarCraft 2? Pro gamer.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Justin Savior?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait. Oh, shit. Savior is supposed to be really, really, really good for Brood War.
Can avoid prison if no wrongdoing is committed within. Oh, my God.
Wow, yeah, I guess
Dude, they
crazy
take this
happened.
fucking serious. So you go to prison, apparently, in South Korea if you
start
cheat.
rigging shit.
If you cheat
I
during a
think-
StarCraft
I don't know. Was
competition.
it cheating? Could have been more than
competition.
that. Could have been more than that.
No, it says was found when it was found that popular StarCraft players were intentionally losing games.
Oh shit. Well,
They don't
that's-
fuck around in
Dude, you ever talk
in
about
South Korea.
you ever heard about
No.
the sumo situation?
No, what's
It's a
that?
very hush situation.
Oh shit!
With the corruption that happens with sumo wrestling.
Oh no, I never heard.
Oh
of
yeah, okay.
Sumo.
So one thing I remember listening to Rhett, right? Rhett is a Liquid Rhett. He's a player who plays Zerg. He's on Team Liquid, and he plays StarCraft 2. He was saying that, I forget what team he was with, but he was in the Korean house with them, and he felt like he was just didn't belong at all. Because they have a whole kind of hierarchy, like a ranking system.
You're talking about sumo wrestling.
No. Right now I'm talking about something that's going to lead into sumo wrestling.
Oh.
But just like the idea of a ranking system, and that, you are kept on the bottom until you are veteran status. Like, you're there for a while. You won't play. You don't get to practice with the best until you prove yourself, and et cetera, People who've been there the longest get priority with everything. So, anyways, he was talking about how he didn't belong, and et cetera. But in the sumo wrestling world, it's similar in the sense that there was a lot of rigging going on, and they were trying to find out why it was being rigged and how it was being done. And they started noticing that you need to be 7-6 at least to continue on into, like, I guess a playoff type thing to move on. if you have a losing record, or then you can't move on, right? So they were seeing that people who were 7-5, and would go against someone who was 6-8, or no 6. What would it be? 7-5, 3-12.
I like how you stick your finger in your nose when you're thinking.
6 and 6. Okay, so you have a guy who's 7-5 and a guy who's 6-6. If the guy who's 6-6 loses, then he's out. And there's a guy who's 7-5 who doesn't have to worry because he gets 7-6. Even if he loses, he can still go on. So there's this pact that gets created between the sumo wrestler and the sumo wrestler who's already okay, and the one who is going to lose if he loses and he gets kicked out. So there's there's like a spoken agreement, and it's all through monetary, like I pay you money, et cetera, and I'm going to lose for you so you can move on. So there's this kind of like rigging that was starting to happen on with the sumo wrestling and stuff like that. Yeah. There's a whole documentary on this. I think it was on Vice.com. Vice.com, by the way.
Vice.com.
Oh, that's
an amazing
something.
website.
Yeah, that definitely should be brought out there. They do a lot of kind of documentaries that you don't
That's
see in other
interesting.
places. Yeah, I mean, there's a
Cool.
lot of things that have these kind of under dealings, you know? Like this guy I was talking about, the Colombian guy, the musician I saw recently. He was talking about how the ghetto rap, largely, they use that fame. Gangsters are using that fame through rap to launder money. And I was like, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
because you have all this drug money, but you can't use it because then people start seeing, okay, well, you don't have any income because you're not declaring it to the government that you're making money.
Why would that really matter, though? I would
Because with rap making, you make a lot of money, so you can lie.
Yeah, but in Colombia, I mean, who gives a shit?
I'm not talking about Colombia. Oh, no, I'm just talking about rap. I'm
In
just talking
general.
about Southern rap, in general, everything in America, you know? And so people use it to launder money and shit like that.
Yeah, man. Like, one thing I'm starting to realize with the music, you know, like, you see a lot of rappers
Right.
that are big, and you think to yourself, how in the fuck are they on the radio right now?
Oh, God, dude.
People are terrible. They're terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
So,
But people think they're not terrible.
well,
Why?
yeah, well,
Yes.
it's marketing. That's what I'm starting to realize.
Marketing. It
It's
definitely
marketing
is.
because, well, they have a hustler mentality.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these cats that are rapping right now they're drug dealers. You know, they're hustling.
Right.
And with hustling becomes,
Or they come
you
from an
get-
area that does it.
you get a
routinely.
business mindset.
Right.
You know, you have that business mindset. You learn to make money with nothing.
Right.
And with music, hustling and music go hand in hand, especially rap music.
Right.
You know, they go hand in hand. And so that's why a lot of these cats are getting on radio right now, because they're making rap songs, boom, 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 and they're advertising themselves. You know, they're putting out, they're hustling CDs on the street, whatever. For $1, you get what you get.
Right.
What can you buy? 60 CDs for fucking $20?
Right.
You know, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You sell each CD
My
for.
brother was telling me in New
You
York.
sell each CD for $1.
Right.
You know.
But
You're
the thing
making
is,
money. But and all
right.
it takes, though, it's not even about the quality
Right.
of rap. It's about how you
Obviously.
present yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the
It's
flow.
about,
it's
of
about the
course.
style.
It's about,
it's about
exactly.
the hype.
What you are more than the music. You have to be more than the music.
Yeah,
or you
it's
won't.
the personality. Because
Exactly.
it's show
yeah,
rap.
Exactly. You know, people see
That's
Most
the
Def.
difference between hip hop and rap. for
Right.
instance,
Well,
'cause
people see Most
love
Def, and
hip-hop.
they're like, this guy's a classic. He's a legend. You know, Wyclef Jean.
Yes, he's hip hop.
Talib Kweli.
Hip hop.
That's the original
Everybody's
hip-hop
hip-hop.
guys. Oh, yeah. But they have that
Yeah.
kind of persona. They start creating
Yeah.
that persona.
The
Even though they
underground.
don't exclaim it, they have that wise look to them. And everyone
Yeah.
knows those are the wise, guys. And then, but with this, the new culture that's coming out, you're right. It's just all about the flash.
It's not
all
even a
about
new
the show.
culture. It's just always been like that.
Yeah, but it's become like
It's
you have
been
the
like
ghetto
that
rap.
since
You have the ghetto rap, and then
mid-nineties.
you get the flashy rap. That's even more. The '90s, late '90s started happening, and then it just kept going from there.
It
And
got
it's
worse and
evolved
worse
into
and
hype
worse.
beats. I mean, anybody with a computer
Yo,
can
the
make
beat-
music
the-
now,
the
so they
beats
just
now,
throw it whatever.
But the production in rap now, the shit
Yeah.
you hear on the radio is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, well
top quality
it
stuff.
depends. It totally depends. Because you can get like really simple hype beats that are very basic, but then you
But
get
they
some
sound good. The
you get some
production value
Dipset
is
shit, and you hear that like
production value is good.
you get the
the,
great
the
drum.
trap, the rolls.
What they call that? The rolls. Yeah, man.
That's like trap.
Some great stuff definitely comes
Have you
out.
listened to trap at all?
No.
No, man. Check it out.
Right.
Dude, it's like hip hop beats, right? It's like rap beats,
Right.
but no rapping.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
It's just like people dance to it,
Oh, shit.
and very complicated rhythmic structure.
Right.
And some have like a lot of rises, build ups like
Right.
boom, ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-bum. So it's like the way we beatbox, basically.
Right.
Basically, that's the best way I can describe it.
Was
way
it
we
like
beatbox
almost
is-
dubsteppy?
No,
Just more like
no. There
more
is
percussion based.
there is like dub trap. I think you would call it dub trap with
okay.
like it's like trap and wobbles in it.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been listening to it and I love it a lot.
Oh,
It's good.
cool, man. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say though, but like, you know, the rap market is really saturated. I mean, my brother told me like he was I don't know.
Oh yeah, man.
barbershop or something in
ATL's fucking
Yonkers.
overflow, dude. That rap
Fucking big
rap
city, dude.
and EDM are
Yeah.
the two genres to be
Just-
swimming in right now.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the money is.
Right.
You know, DJing.
Oh, of
that's
course,
where all the
man.
money.
Oh,
a lot
that's-
of these. You know what the problem? A lot of these cats in Tampa and St. Pete,
Right.
they're DJing, but all I hear is the same shit.
Oh, same shit.
Same
man,
shit.
Of course.
And the problem is, like, I had a gig in Ybor
Right.
a few weeks ago. I didn't get paid for it. It
Right.
was free, and I gig for free, but I figured, fuck it. You
Right.
know, whatever. It's exposure. Played to an empty fucking dance floor. They didn't do any promotion. You know.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, did you make a flyer?
Right.
Did you do anything? Do you have a Facebook event? Promoter's like, oh no, I didn't get around to it.
Oh man, is this
Are
like
you
a new
kidding
restaurant
me?
or something? Like a new business
No, it's a
owner?
club. I don't want to say the club's name, but
Oh right.
yeah, they didn't do anything.
Wow, that's not
So
good, man.
I was really, really pissed off about that. And so I brought some groupies along, dog. You know, but
Yeah, that's only
I
gets
brought
so
some
far.
friends along, and what they did is they went outside and started getting people in.
Right.
They started calling people in. And then I was playing to people, you know, people on the floor. People started getting on the floor and listening to my music. And
Oh,
liking it.
badass, bro. You got some
Yeah.
good friends, bro. That's good.
Yep. And but that's a big problem with I'm starting to realize in Tampa and St. Pete. It could be the whole music scene in general, is that there's a lot of talk, and people will say they want to do something, and you're like, shit, all right, we got something going.
Right.
You try to connect with them the next day or the next few days.
Oh, dude, that's so true.
And
That's happened to me.
nothing happens.
Right, that totally
And
has happened to me, man.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I had a promotion gig. I was gonna do promotion for Janice,
Right.
right? And one of the people that were doing promotions for them, hit me up. I was like, "Hey, are you interested?" I said, "Yeah, yeah," because she was referred to me by another friend that owns Glow Tampa or used to own Glow Tampa as a promotion company.
Right.
So she hit me up. We started talking, and she said, "Great, I'll call you back tomorrow. Talk about details.
Right.
Get a plan going." No call back. I call her back. Doesn't reply back. Text her. Doesn't text me back. Couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey,
Seriously.
how do you expect to make it anywhere if you can't,
Right.
you know, take this shit seriously?
Yeah, exactly. The
Because a lot of these
basics, man.
promoters, they just want to party. Because
Right.
when you promote, you get free things. You get free drinks, free entry into clubs.
Right. Oh yeah, they just do it like.
They just do it because they want to get fucked up and party. And
Yeah. There's
It's
people
different.
who see this as a career, and there's those who kind of like.
yeah, and the more I start to see it as a career, the more I start to realize that drinking and drugs got to get out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing a recording last night, or
Yeah.
I'm making a song. I'm making like a folk hip hop track.
Right.
And you know, drugs are being fucking flown around,
Right.
and they're being invited to me like, hey, do you want some lines? Do you want beer? I'm like, nope.
Right.
'Cause I know if I do that, my mind's gonna be racing. I'm not gonna be able to concentrate
Right.
on what I'm
Right.
trying to do. Do you know how hard it is to get people under control that are all yayed out? Dude, everyone's talking, party. It turns into a party.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
It's a
good.
party.
Yeah.
And then they start singing some other song.
Right.
Everybody's singing. And I'm like, I'm just sitting in my fucking chair like, oh my god,
Yo,
this is going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I just decided to clean my room.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, everyone left to do more drugs, right?
Right.
And they come back in my room, like, dude, what are you doing? Are we done? I'm like, I'm cleaning my room.
Yeah. Seriously,
Like,
dude.
Are you serious? And then they just started playing. And they started using their phone to record. When someone got their
Oh
phone
my
to
god, that's pathetic, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. But but the song's coming slowly together.
Right.
Surely.
Cool, man. Cool.
But yeah.
I want to give a shout out to this guy I met the other day at an open mic night. We killed it together. I was doing some beatboxing, and he just hopped up on stage, and we hit it, dude.
I gotta start doing that. Go to more open mics.
Oh yeah, well, open mics suck, dude. They
Are you
just,
kidding me? That's how you met this guy.
I know, but that was really lucky. I mean,
you can meet some great.
that's
in
one thing I
Nashville-
will recommend about it.
In
but,
Nashville,
right.
they
Oh, Nashville's supposed to be like one
when you
of
go to
the
open
places.
mics, like recruiters go to open mics.
Right. I just want to give a shout out to my guy Hernando. I'm not gonna give it out his last name. I think his name is DJ TKO. I'm not entirely sure. But the guy is freaking
How are you gonna
amazing,
give a shout
man.
out to a guy you don't even know his?
I don't want to say his last name. I'm not gonna say that shit. But,
Why not?
You know, I don't know. Just Hernando. Anyways, and he's got a bunch of stuff on YouTube.
Dude, we're promoting him right now, dog.
He's DJ TKO. He's got stuff on Bandcamp.com. You can also look up Tabueno, and that's some of his flamenco type stuff and whatever. And
What's the website you can check him out
He does
at?
a whole bunch of stuff. Bandcamp.com. Tabueno.
Bandcamp.com/what?
Bandcamp.com/ and then that's his like page.
Yeah.
Because it's Tabueno instead of www.
Oh.
And djtko.bandcamp.com.
DJTKO.
I guess that's where he's putting up all of his stuff. I've never even heard of that place.
Okay.
But yeah, he's really good, man. He's all over the place too. He's traveled through Colombia and he's lived in Cuba.
I want to travel so bad.
And mad smart guy. Trying to get the whole hip hop scene going in Colombia, getting it right, getting the youth into it and stuff like that, because they go through like a lot of shit down there in Colombia, you know.
It's a tough scene, man. This music scene's a fucking tough scene.
Yeah.
In general, I can only imagine what it's like maybe in.
It's like they don't have a lot down there, you know.
Yeah, so but South America's their music is very
right.
They take that very seriously.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder if it's easier to get.
A lot of the kids can't afford anything, so they beatbox, and it's like there's breakers, you know, dancers.
Nice.
And they do. He teaches dancing and stuff like that, because his town is considered like I think one of the best for dancing, and he teaches dance lessons around here. Yeah, the guy is accomplished, man. I swear to God, you listen to this guy. Hopefully, we'll have him on the podcast pretty soon.
No, we
maybe
will
the next
for
week
sure.
or
We
two.
gotta have some beers with this guy.
Oh yeah, dude, he's the man, and he's got a whole bunch of
with him.
equipment. He's got Congo drums, all that stuff. Like he's been to Africa doing the Congos with the local tribes and shit like that. Like he's been all over. Anyways, give it a shout out to him. So check out his stuff.
I think everyone should travel before they reach a certain age. Like you have to see.
Oh man, you have to
like
go
before like
somewhere,
25, or like at 25 before you
I
reach
say
like
travel consistently throughout your life.
before you reach.
Sometimes you forget. You forget what you see.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You spend years in a place and you're like, okay, you kind of get locked into
Well,
that
you know
world,
what? If you go to you establish a career, you establish something in a certain place,
Right.
you can't leave.
It's tough. It's a tough thing.
So.
And it depends on your perspective. Some people like to stay with their hometown, their family's there, blah blah blah. But I think
That's
a lot of times.
that's why what's his name came back.
But I honestly think that a lot of people can't handle that. Even when they do, they're miserable. I find that it's a tough thing to just stay in one place. It's nice.
I can't
either, man.
That's why I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move.
Yeah, I don't plan to stay in St. Pete either. It's a nice place. It's got some stuff going on, but
I love it.
It's just
I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah, I've been here about a year and a half total so far.
I'm ready to move.
Yeah.
Just graduated. Exactly. So I'm here because I'm here for school.
Right.
I don't know if I want to. I was contemplating whether I want to go back to school or not eventually.
I've been thinking about like either going back to France or going to like Colorado or something. I want to go somewhere different that's like mountainous. The Florida's
That's what
flat.
Will
if you
wants
love
to
the
do
beach,
that.
this is I definitely want to do that.
I want to roommate with that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, it'd be interesting times.
We should get him.
Smart guy.
We should try to get him talking on this podcast.
Oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
definitely. You can even maybe we can even Skype him or something because he doesn't live locally.
No.
So
we can
we
connect him.
possibly connect him through Skype.
Connect him through Skype.
Yeah, and
we can do that.
Might be a little bit of delay, but not too bad.
Or get him connected through a phone.
Oh yeah, we can do that if you got limited minutes, because I ain't using my minutes.
He doesn't.
Shit.
Yep.
I don't got that many minutes. So.
No. What the fuck? You don't need. No, he will call. We'll probably be able to connect him to.
You talking about calling through Skype?
I'll have to figure it out.
Not phone. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Smart guy. So I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, Jehovah God Almighty, sponsoring this podcast once again.
There's a lot of people
And
sponsoring
Krishna,
this podcast.
Yeah, it's Buddha, yo.
I guess they heard our first one,
Buddha's
even
my
though it hasn't
boy,
come
bro.
out yet.
What? Yeah, we haven't.
We haven't even got that. Oh, if you want to check out our podcast, go on. What's the website we're hosting? What's the website hosting our podcast?
You can check out youtube.com/
Pandemonium.
That shit would be what it is. We haven't actually made it yet, but that's what it'll be. And if not, it'll be Pandemonium MCJ.
MCJ?
Madison CJ.
Yeah.
So Pandemonium. So youtube.com/ Pandemonium MCJ or just Pandemonium.
I like
And
Pandemonium.
that will be up
we'll see.
soon.
We'll see.
That will be available. Yeah, definitely check it out. We got Are we putting up that old podcast? This is our second podcast.
It's our second podcast. We haven't put up the first one yet.
Do you think the first one is the quality of it's good enough?
Yes.
All right.
It's going to be shitty quality, but
It's the official first.
it's the first one.
Some
We're
good
putting it
stuff's
up
on
there.
there. Yeah, it's not nearly as good as this one. We're getting better and better, folks.
I know, right? This is the
Stick
second
with
one.
it.
This just sounds better.
Oh, it just sounds so much better.
Yeah.
The flow is better. We just had better things to talk about. But definitely check it out if
Oh!
you're interested.
Speaking of that, man, did you hear? Ow, motherfucker!
Oh. Idiot.
Did you hear that we're gonna start a war with?
What?
Yeah, man, with Syria or something like that. Hold on, I gotta look this up. I just found out this morning.
I did not hear that yet.
U.S. With Iran.
With Iran? Well,
Yeah.
that was coming, man. That was impending. But that's serious, bro.
The war on Iran begins in Syria. This is 13 hours ago. Dude, is that fucked? Oh, dude, I have no idea what the fuck.
So just read a little bit, like, what's up? Like,
Yeah, I'm going to. Give me a fucking second.
I want
Oh,
to
listen to
know
this.
now.
Listen, this is terrible. This is on RT.com. RT does.
It's a Russian based.
Yeah, and they do a lot of things on war and things like that. Lights, camera, war. That's the headline of their fucking article. Great.
Another war.
Hmm.
I think there's a picture online. If you look and you see how many military bases are surrounding Iran that America has, it's ridiculous. Let me see if I can pull that up, because that actually
So
blew
the
my
reason,
mind.
the reason I guess evidence, there's evidence showing that chemical weapons were used by
on
the
Syrians?
Assad regime.
The Assad regime, is that
The Assad regime is,
Syrian?
I believe so.
Assad, isn't he the president of Syria? I believe Assad. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Bashar al-Assad.
He's the president of Syria.
Yeah. That name was very familiar.
Bomb mission.
Yeah, I mean, he was like basically saying,
what's
"Do not interfere. We're taking care of our own situation."
No, it's bullshit. There's a red line. He's saying that interferes with the red line, which is a like a euphemism for what not to do. You know, it's like the code of ethics of war.
Right. Dude, do you see this right here? Check this out. That's the U.S. encirclement of Iran. Do you see that?
Wait, what?
This is okay. I'm on 4usa.org, and this is the encirclement. There's like
What does that
different.
mean?
I think this is like they have like different symbols around Iran. I think these are air bases with the
Dude, we're
airplanes.
gonna
You see?
fuck them.
Holy shit! Like, it's no joke, bro. It's no joke. And then
They
I think
are fucked.
I think we have like small military bases, like
you know
barracks.
what's crazy though?
with
There's
people.
a red line, right?
Right.
There's a code of ethics of war that other countries have to follow, but
yeah.
on the other hand, we fucking
We have crazy.
we
power.
destroy that red line.
Oh, yeah,
we
man.
color that red line with you
Right,
know,
and we have
blue,
ties with
yellow,
Saudi
green.
Arabia because we couldn't build half this shit over there unless there was other interests connected with our
bullshit,
interests
man.
over
It's
Iran. I mean, that's ridiculous. I seriously advise you to go on Google Images and look up the U.S. encirclement of Iran military-wise. It's just absolutely you don't even hear about it. That's the shit you don't hear in the news. And that's why you got to take the news with a grain of salt, because it just focuses on Obama or something. And while those things are okay, you really need to know like what's going on in the rest of the world, which I also recommend, and I think I recommended this on the first podcast, but I'm not sure, is livestation.com. They have all these kind of different broadcasts from RT, from Al Jazeera, and those are better, still not amazing, but there's a lot of them on there, France 24, BBC, and a couple others, I'm not sure. But that's definitely a great website to check out for different news, different perspectives, et cetera, yeah. But I mean, I think this was bound to happen. It was just kind of you were counting down the minutes, basically.
I had no idea.
Oh
dude.
yeah, and North Korea is also a certain issue, but China has such a connection with North Korea that it's like you can't fuck with Korea. It's like you just start fucking with China.
Well, apparently,
And
this one guy's saying that
it's really
they're
messed
actually
up.
after Russia.
Well, Russia, I've seen a few things about Russia recently. Like they're building gas pipelines through like Ukraine or something like that. They're starting to really take over and like
Yeah,
be diplomatic.
And I think U.S. is getting a little nervous about that.
Yeah, and Putin used to be part of the KGB before.
Putin.
He was part of the KGB before he became
Yeah, I know.
fucking czar or whatever they call him. And
Yeah, that's right.
so he's got that mentality, you know. And if you look at the rise of Putin and how he got into power, it was a really interesting documentary. My God, I realize I've seen so many documentaries. Damn, it's crazy. And I wouldn't put past it that, you know, he's being very diplomatic. He's working with, I believe that he supported Assad with the whole Syrian situation for not having any kind of foreign intervention, and guaranteed that they're in cahoots with China probably. Yeah, that's kind of like the axis of evil. I mean, there's a lot of information unknown. I'm not saying that America is the good guys or the bad guys. I'm kind of neutral because I think that we really don't know what the fuck's going on. I think we have understanding of certain elements, but we don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Fucking
whoops.
retard.
Yeah, okay. I know the audience has no idea what we're talking about, but
What audience?
my pants just fell down and my penis just came out. It was so huge that the stud on the floor just kind of put CJ into shock.
It was like
so he had to laugh. It was like straight atomic bomb, man. I'm half black, so
yeah.
quarter lesbian.
I wonder what's gonna happen with this, man.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, man.
I don't know what the fuck Obama's thinking, dude. This guy's
Why
crazy.
you gotta say Obama, man? It's not just
true.
Obama, dude.
No, it's
No,
bullshit.
no,
It's a whole
no,
government, of course. It's
no.
Congress and Obama.
And it's also corporations who have a vested interest in the
that's
different
true,
resources that
too.
come from these countries. But
That's
come
true
on.
too, but still.
Bankers, oilers, and people who have money. It's money. Where the money is. Obama don't make that kind of money.
Obama is the one that can have a decision.
Yeah,
in the
but
process,
when does
but he's
his-
going with it?
Look at
'Cause he's getting
JFK.
paid.
JFK was the last one.
Maybe he's scared.
I'm sure. I'm sure
Maybe
he
he's
knows
scared.
a lot. I'm sure
Maybe he
a
knows
lot.
so much that he has no choice
just-
but to just go with everything.
Exactly.
Because he might get fucked
He might
in the
s-
end
it-
if he tries to rebel
yeah.
or just do what he knows is right thing to do.
Right. I mean,
Maybe
look at
there's you know,
JFK.
maybe he's
honestly,
just being manipulated by the people behind the curtain.
right.
That's
Exactly.
just being-
I mean, we don't
probably
know.
could be happening.
People are great liars. Maybe Obama is this crazy figure that everyone kind of blames him to be.
He is
I don't think
fucked.
he's a Muslim or anything. But
Who
I just
cares?
don't know enough.
But I think he's fucked.
Right. And it's like JFK was one of the last
an
guys
asshole.
to really try to revolutionize the system, and what happened? Bang!
Ow, that was loud.
My bad. Right in the head. Bam. Because JFK was actually trying to change shit.
Yeah.
He's trying to really change
That's right.
shit. You're really, really trying to change shit. And, you know, so many years have passed, and the power has just grown so strong that it's extremely tough to do anything now. Extremely.
It's not this government is a corporation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about
We feel like, you know, it's almost cliche talking like this, but it's beyond true. It's beyond true.
I know it
also.
does, doesn't it? A little
Oh,
bit.
God.
It does.
I-
Because you hear the same shit every day.
Exactly.
You read the same shit on Facebook all the fucking time.
And I know what everybody feels. It's like, man, that's cliche.
And you're
Yeah, but the
bullshit.
truth
Okay.
is
But it's-
cliche,
the truth
man.
Is cliche.
It's like,
especially once it's played out, when people play it out.
right?
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
it's
Well, man,
played
it's
out.
like, oh god, okay, you gonna talk about Obama again, or you gonna talk
No.
about China again? It's like, well, yeah, we can't forget the issue in a sense. No, we just feel helpless. So that's why it becomes cliche.
It is.
Because
yeah.
a lot of us don't
I
have
feel helpless. too.
direct influence. We can have influence, you know, getting people together and
Look at
speak and
fucking
stuff like that,
Occupy,
and internet.
dude. Occupy. What did
Yeah.
Occupy do?
I know.
Nothing.
And eventually, people got to go back to school or back
yeah,
to their
dude.
job. Back
And
to
I
their
knew it.
homes.
I knew. I just have like.
Of course,
I have this feeling.
they just waited out.
I just have this feeling. The government
Waited
just
out.
waited. Yeah. I mean, and who's gonna win?
Oh, and the
Of course
corporations.
It's like
there's-
1981, brother. It's like
I think the
1981.
Koch brothers, I forget what I don't know what they actually run, but they're huge corporate guys. And I believe they were paying special grants to the police of New York
Mhm.
City to create distortion into the Occupy
Yeah, I heard
movement.
about that.
Yeah,
I heard
like
about that.
paying them privately. And so the city's like, wow, that's a lot of money. So they'd say, okay, you know, we'll do whatever. And that's a basis of corruption. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man, because money talks. And when you create a society that is just always thinking about money, it makes money like this crazy, ineffable thing that can just move mountains.
Yeah.
It literally moves mountains. It blows up. Just like all this land for like you pay these workers in South America nothing, and you destroy so much just because they have so little. They'll do anything for just some of it.
Well, you know, it's just I was reading about that, how the businesses were going to small shitty countries,
Yeah.
and
You heard about like corporate, what you would call it? It's like corporate assassins, I think, or the country assassins.
Economic hitman.
Economic hitman. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that's a fucked up system.
Did you read the book?
No. You read
Suggest it? Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
Suggest reading the book.
It's
Crazy
real
book.
fucked up stuff.
But I was reading. I was listening to a documentary. I think it was PBS or something like that. How corporations go into small countries, developing countries, or not even developing countries, just third world countries, whatever,
Right.
and set up shop and pay them very, very, very small wages
Right.
for them to produce their items.
Right. Of course.
Clothes, whatever technology. Apple does the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's like China,
Um,
South America.
Yeah.
We're,
So what happens then is that it might seem bad, but then isn't it better than where they were before? They're actually getting paid.
that's how they.
And so what happens? No. So what happens
Right.
is that they start getting paid, and then the people start asking for more wages, more wages, more wages,
Right.
and then the corporations give them that, and they
That's
have a
not
limit.
true.
They have a cap. They have a cap at which they will pay so much to these people,
Right.
and then once the people start getting organized and start their culture and their city starts building up,
Right.
the corporation leave.
Yeah.
They leave, and so then the city crashes.
Of course, because they're becoming,
Isn't
they're
it?
getting more and more rights, and they're getting
Yeah.
more and more. Yeah.
And they expect more and more,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they do more work.
That's it, 'cause they
so
want
that's
the
what happens,
cheapest-
and then they leave.
Yeah, cheapest labor they can find. They want to find a government that governs least and lets shit happen.
Mhm.
And that's why China's such a big place, because the government's like, okay, we're developing, we're going to do everything the corporations want so that we can create China as the go-to country of the world. And they pollute their fucking rivers. They sabotage themselves a lot, I think. And they have 1 billion people to feed, 1 billion people to take care of, over 1 billion, 0.3 billion. And India does too. And people don't talk about India, but it's 1 billion people. And it's all that cheap forced labor. Like Monsanto went into India, and they called them suicide contracts. You've heard about that, right? I actually heard this on the Joe
No.
Rogan podcast. That these contracts that they were making with Monsanto put them in such indentured servitude or just such poverty that they had to work their ass off to create whatever, corn or whatever they create over there. And that the people are committing suicide over these Monsanto contracts. And the thing is, people say, why don't you pay these people so much more money? You can. And it's a weird thing, because if you start doing that by yourself, say you're Apple, you can't pay them too much because your economy works off those wages. The whole economy is based on those wages, and people will kill each other for that job. They will kill because you're getting paid $5 an hour. I'm getting paid $1 an hour.
$1.
Fuck that shit. I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I'm gonna get in that fucking factory. And that's crazy. So you have to get everybody to do this. Or you have a slow incremental rise, but that's gonna take years and years and years and years and years. And hopefully no one bounces. But then, like you said, people leave, try to find the cheaper place.
They leave, yeah.
And then that place gets even more poor that they just left. And then you have abandoned
Yeah, they get
factories.
fucked, dude. Yeah, and then they have exactly.
Look at
They have
Flint,
all
Michigan.
these.
Flint,
They have
Michigan's
these.
a great
They
fucking
destroy.
example.
Like you have cities where it's land,
Right.
and then these corporations come in, build up, destroy this land, build them up,
Right.
and then people
Abuse
start expecting
and
more
use it.
rights, more
Right.
wages, and then the corporations leave, and then you have these fucking
Oh, yeah.
abandoned buildings everywhere,
Right.
and the
They
and the
probably
country and
polluted
the
the
country
land in the process.
and the country's left worse than it was before.
Oh, yeah, of course. And they're just so happy to get something like Walmart. I remember it's kind of a different
Walmart's trying to
example.
change its image a lot. I heard.
Good, because if you watch
Yeah,
what they did, it was insanely bad. And they were getting subsidies from the towns and the states to build Walmarts there just to fucking abuse that systems.
What are you talking about?
Okay, like
What do you mean?
subsidies. You know what subsidies are?
No.
Okay, so a subsidy is like, okay, we want you, Walmart, to build in our town because you give us jobs and you give us, something, blah, blah, blah. This cool new thing. Oh, your town has a Walmart. It was kind of this epidemic. Walmart was coming in and it's creating this new era of jobs and blah, blah, blah. And so subsidy is basically saying, okay, we're gonna take away like $1 million worth of taxes.
It's a grant.
A
Or
million,
financial
yeah, it's like a
assistance.
grant.
Yeah.
It's a grant, or they could say, okay, you won't have to pay like $1 million in taxes.
So it's basically it's a grant for the development of
Right.
a business.
So we pay you to build here, or we say, okay, you don't have to pay this amount of taxes over this amount of many years.
yeah.
And there's actually a story where they didn't have to pay tax over like 5 years or something,
Mhm.
and they shut down the building and built the building right outside the town, a new one, just so they didn't have to start paying taxes on that. Oh man, it was crazy. And it's fucked up because they wouldn't pay the workers overtime. They wouldn't give them overtime. They make them work overtime, but they make them clock out before that. Say, hey, can you do this? Blah blah blah. Anything they could do. And anyone tried to start.
What country was this?
This is America, man. I'm talking about.
Oh, this is in America. Well, I thought you were talking about Walmart as in another country.
No.
Walmart's all over
Let's talk about
the
building their
world.
stores. Yeah. Nowadays, they're huge, way bigger than Target. If you look on the Nasdaq.
Yeah, but
the
Target's
Dow,
more up class.
I don't even think so.
They sell. I think that they sell. They sell better things.
I don't know about that.
But
Walmart,
Target's shitty still.
Walmart has their own brand called Great Value, so they
Yeah.
have such a monopoly on the things they get. Anyways,
Whenever I used to feel like
it's like McDonald's owns their own farms. So like you just.
Well, McDonald's is doing a thing where they got rid of jester cages.
Jester cages?
Yeah,
you mean
I
for
believe that's
chickens?
No, that's for chickens and I think it's pigs too. Jesters.
What, like they're just super tight and they can't move and shit?
Yeah, they do that for pigs because I guess pigs they'll tend to like chew on themselves
Oh shit.
when they're pregnant. You know, because they're living in these fucking metal warehouses.
Yeah,
dude.
I know, and just shit and slop.
Dude, and they shouldn't. They sleep on hardwood floors. Like it's fucked.
Oh, dude, the chickens
It's
are terrible
fucked
too.
what we do to our animals.
They have like a 6-inch by 6-inch cage. These
That's
fucking
crazy.
chickens. They just
Yeah, it's like it's 6
like
by
12 or 12 by
6
12.
by 12. You can fit 3 of them, but they sometimes
Dude,
it's
horrendous.
disgusting.
Oh, it's just complete mass genocide, constantly. Think about all the people you have to feed, man. All they're trying to feed.
You know what, dude? No, it's not even about that. We produce more than we feed.
Well, yeah, they throw out so much.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh my God, you ever
So
work?
what we
I'm a
needed-
dishwasher. I was a dishwasher at least.
What we needed.
And we've thrown out so much food.
Oh, dude.
And I've
What,
heard-
what I think we should do
Yeah.
as a country, as a world,
Right.
everyone, is make a certain amount of food, produce a certain amount of food, whether it be vegetables, meats, snacks, whatever. Just produce a certain amount.
Right.
All right, and for each month.
Right.
And then, if we run out, then we wait for the next month.
Oh man, that sounds
Right?
That sounds good. But it's just like you live in a capitalist world.
But doesn't
man.
that fucking make sense?
That makes sense. But then you start saying, okay, well now you're trying to control. Now, if I wanted to expand really, really fast, I don't have enough food now,
What do you
or
mean
something. I'm just saying, like, you got to like
But
think
that makes
about.
sense. Well, grocery
Why are you
stores.
trying to tell me how much I can make and what? It's my right to make how much I want. I
No,
know.
but
I
it's for
agree
grocery
with you,
stores.
CJ. I
No,
totally agree
right?
with you.
But no, but it's like you go to a store and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you have any more?"
But you don't know when a rush is going to come.
Do you have any
you
more
don't know
blah,
when
blah, blah,
something's
blah.
going to sell out, or they're going to stop making this product, or
In
there's
the
a shortage
end,
of rice.
in the end, I think you save money.
Oh, yeah.
Because then eventually you can figure out, because every business knows their customer
Right.
their customer flow, I guess, for lack of a better
Right.
terminology. So every business knows how much overall customers come in and buy their products, so they know how much to order
Right.
for next time.
Right.
Right? That
I'm
wouldn't
sure
change.
I'm sure they're pretty good at doing that.
That wouldn't change.
But there's so many products that they have that you can't help but have things going
But
bad.
then there'll be But then I would think the government maybe would also know. You know what? And this is involving more government. You know. But
Right, of course. I know exactly what you
which
mean,
is
man.
shitty.
I think that
But what
also
can you do?
the crazy thing is like
I don't know, man.
restaurants
That's why
and
I'm not the
stuff?
fucking president.
Oh, I hate to be
You
the
know,
president.
man. So.
But like restaurants, you know what I mean? What I constantly see in restaurants is like, it doesn't matter what we waste so long as the customer's happy. I mean, you just give them like a stack of napkins and they'll use one, and then you throw out all the napkins. It's just like, dude. And that constantly
So you do
happens
a meat.
everywhere. Dude, I used to dump I have one restaurant, like 6 garbage cans just filled to the brim with just food that was good, and people didn't eat it. They're like,
Terrible.
oh, I'll get it, but I'm not going to eat it. That happens so many times. You're just like, dude, don't order anything if you're not going to fucking eat it. And-
There'll be times when I'm serving or bussing, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever. I take a plate back to the kitchen and it's full, and I fucking eat it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, there'll be everyone like, dude, we go in the kitchen, go back in the kitchen. Yo, guys, full plate. Everybody, all the servers, all the
Right.
bussers would just pick at it, dude.
Because, I mean, what's
Why
the
not,
big
man?
deal, really? Unless they, like,
Mm.
look like they fucking poked it around and just tore it
Yeah,
up.
dude,
That's-
whatever.
yeah, of course.
Whatever. I was fed, too.
Yeah.
I'll come home full.
Shit, man. I
Uh,
mean, imagine yourself starving in Africa. You'd be like,
But dude,
I'm
it's
fucking eating that
crazy.
shit.
It's crazy.
you know?
What this one guy actually tried to do that I was talking to when I had the interview today, he said St. Pete the city doesn't do much for recycling, right? And all the
Right.
businesses on the downtown block. They just they have one.
You're right, man. We don't recycle. None of the restaurants I've worked in.
No. They have one garbage can, one dumpster for all the businesses.
For recycle.
Yeah, for downtown
Jesus.
St. Pete.
How
So the
big
whole
is it?
block, it's in the alleyway between Ruby's.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Ruby's.
Yeah.
Going into Janice.
Right. So it's
The
over
alleyway.
there.
Yeah.
For Hall downtown.
All just that block.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But then you got to get people to consistently fucking recycle.
So what this guy did at Lucky Dill, he's new. He's a new manager. He went to every business and asked them to participate in getting recycling. In recycling.
Right.
And you have to pay for it.
Damn.
But he got all the businesses to agree. They'll pay for it.
Right.
Because they want it done, and they'll make the city look great.
Oh yeah.
Another way, and he called the city, and the city said no, there's not enough room. That's it. There's just not enough
That's
room.
such bullshit. I mean,
Make
it's
room.
Also, yeah, it's also bullshit zoning
No,
laws.
easy
probably.
that.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
I bet it's
bullshit.
zoning too. It's
So
like,
I'm like, what about getting a petition? What about getting a petition?
Yeah,
All the
I'll
businesses to get a petition.
Get the petition, man.
He's like, well, you probably get the whole city. You have to get the whole city to petition. I'm like,
you can
well,
just get a majority of the city.
you can get that's fine. You can
Yeah.
get businesses.
And then you got
Businesses,
Facebook.
I think businesses of the city
Right.
speak louder than the people.
Oh,
of
of
the
course.
city.
Because listen,
You know?
you're the city, but you got to speak for the city.
Yeah.
If the city's speaking about this,
I
want
want to get him on this podcast.
No. Yeah, do that, and we'll try to get him.
And then hopefully I'll get a job out of that.
Right. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think we should create a Facebook page and also get that petition stuff going on with that. Because if you got Facebook, I mean, there's so many people that you could just spread.
Change.org.
Happens all the time.
Petition.org.
You know what I mean?
I think petition.com or something like that.
Right. And I think we should make a Facebook page for this podcast, to keep connected, post things about
Of
St.
course.
Pete, what's going on around here. I think that's a good idea, man. Sure. Yeah.
Of course. We want to wrap it up?
Oh, wait, I was going to say one
No.
thing about, did you hear about, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they just dump garbage now. They've been dumping garbage
Oh, dude,
into
like
the
the size
ocean.
of Texas, I hear on
yeah,
off the
in
coast
the
of
middle-
California.
Is it Pacific or
Right,
is it Atlantic?
Yeah, it's Pacific.
Probably both.
I think they have one on Atlantic too.
Probably both. And it's just huge. Just litter. Just garbage and litter. Because we just have no idea what to do with it. You can't keep burning it because it's all that toxic shit because of fumes of plastic and all that shit.
North Atlantic Garbage Patch.
Okay,
That's
let's
what it's
see.
called.
Let's find some details on that. How big is it?
An area of man-made marine debris
Right.
floating within the North Atlantic Erie. Originally documented in 1972. With a density of 200,000 pieces of debris per square kilometer, the debris zone shifts by as much as 1,600 kilometers, which is 990
Yeah.
miles,
It's right around there. Should be.
north and south seasonally, and drifts even farther south during the El Nino Southern Oscillation.
Oh. That's gigantic. Let's put in perspective how much, what is it, 3,000 miles from New York City to L.A.? Is that right? That's about 3,000 miles. I remember hearing that once. To get from L.A. to New York City. So if you take that in perspective, take a third of that, right? And what is it, square feet? 990 square miles? Is that what it was?
Shifts as much as it shifts 990 miles back and forth.
What the hell is that? Oh, you mean
Shifts,
the
it'll
shift.
move.
So that's not the size of it,
No,
roughly. Oh, okay.
the size, the density is 200,000 pieces of debris per square kilometer. I don't know how much square kilometer is.
Oh, well, are you sure that's not the kilometers that they're showing right there?
What?
Never mind. They don't say it.
No, they just do kilometer.
I mean, I'm sure they can't.
The
actually
Great Pacific. There's the Indian Ocean garbage patch too.
Jesus.
Oh,
So
this
the
poor
specific,
Earth. We're
yeah.
fucking it.
Yeah. And
Raping it.
yeah. So many people haven't even heard about this.
So,
Yeah.
also described as Pacific Trash Vortex is a Erie of debris. Erie, Gyre.
Guri?
Erie, I think it's like Euro.
Oh, how's it
It's not,
spelled?
it's not gyro. It's Euro.
Oh, Euro. Yeah.
So I think it's Erie. Could be wrong. But involved particularly this is the Pacific.
There are steps that be taken for this kind of stuff. You know that, right? In France, if you try to go to the grocery store, right, they don't have plastic bags. But they do, but they charge you for them. It's 10 cents a bag. You know, in America, we just get
In
plastic
California,
bags for
in
free.
California, some places don't even.
Don't even
some-
have plastic bags.
No, yeah, don't even sell plastic bags.
Or
So
you have
if
to
you
bring
don't
the
bring, if you
fucking-
don't bring a bag, you're
Right,
fucked.
exactly.
And
They sell them.
it
They
was-
sell 'em for $1 at Publix. You know those sacks that they have.
Yeah.
And for $1, man, it's a great value, man. They're pretty sturdy.
Well, you know what? You know what? I use my plastic bags as garbage bags.
Oh yeah, that's what I do
Garbage
too.
lining.
Right. At the same
I
time.
recycle it.
Okay, well then you just dump out the garbage that's in it and then recycle the bag.
No, I throw out the whole bag.
Well,
I
yeah,
recycle the
good
bag
job.
though.
I know that
I want
Walmart.
to start recycling though.
The Walmart here actually has right by the entrance.
I say I want to, but
There's
who
a-
knows
there's
if
a
I want to do it.
bag deposit. You can put all your bags there and they recycle them. They actually have that. at the
That's
Walmart.
right.
Yeah. I've just been using mine for garbage, like you said. So I don't really.
Do you recycle your bags?
No, just throw it out.
I don't even think twice about it.
I don't even have recycling here at this apartment complex.
I think you could.
Where do I bring it? I gotta look that up.
There'd
I
have to
should
be a
start
place.
fucking doing that. Yeah, I don't do that.
I used to do that. I used to recycle everything
Right.
at the old place at our apartment.
Oh
remember?
yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah, no, I would separate paper, plastic, and
Oh yeah, 'cause we had one
glass
really close by.
and tins. Yeah, and then I'll put it all in my car and
It was like by
drive.
Sweet Bay or something.
Yeah,
right?
Sweet Bay, and I'll
That's
just
right.
recycle there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Now I don't do that because there's no place near me.
That's crazy.
So I just throw it all out, dude. Everything. I hate it. I hate
I
it.
know, right? It's a bummer.
I want a fucking ghetto. No one recycles.
You see 40s just lining the street.
Dude, fucking
Actually,
Compton.
we don't have
Compton
40s
in
here, actually.
fucking
40
California recycles, dude.
40s are illegal, by the way, in Florida. Which is ridiculous.
No,
It's
retarded.
gonna deter people from drinking. No, you're just gonna buy a 32, is what they have.
And then
8
I'm gonna
ounces
buy.
less.
I'm gonna buy a 32, and then
And
you know
be
what I'm
like,
gonna
well,
do?
you know what?
I'm gonna buy another 32,
Yeah, because
just to get the
32
job done, nigga.
32 just ain't enough. It just ain't enough.
Dumb fucks.
Seriously.
Whatever. Let's wrap this up.
It's also
It's
like,
an hour.
yeah. Okay, one last thing is that in New York City they have that problem with fucking. That guy said you can't get bigger than a 16 ounce or something Coca-Cola now, just to prevent.
Yeah, yeah.
I
which
mean, come on, that
I'm-
is a ridiculous tactic to try to get.
refills, bitch.
Exactly. I mean, it's
You know what I'm
foolish.
saying? But
And it's like invading. You know, in France too, you can't charge a certain amount more than a certain amount for a baguette, because it's a national food. And I was like, my brother told me that, and I was like, that's pretty cool, because like baguette is so synonymous with France, French.
I've never had a
Wine,
baguette.
bread, and cheese is like France, I was like, that's good though, that nobody can just kind of like monopolize it or whatever.
Yeah.
Change the pricing or force the pricing. But he's like, yeah, that's great, but that's socialism. And I was like, yeah, but I don't, that seems like a good thing. It's like, yeah, but
Socialism isn't always bad.
but I'm just saying, he's like, remember though, that's like socialism. That's when the government starts saying, well, you can't do this. And that's a good point. Because like you can see it's innocent on the surface, but if that kept going in a sense.
Okay, the government says you can't kill people. Is that socialism?
Well, that's beyond just government. That's kind of like a law. Like the government is law, but law has also been part of just like our culture. And price fixing is different, I think, to a certain extent.
Sounds the same to me.
Well, it just goes to ask the question, what would you let government control and what would you not let them control? Laws are something that we all kind of sort of agree on, even if we disagree, the law. And when you start saying, okay, well, now they can start fixed pricing on certain things, it's like, well, where does that lead? Where does that go? And I guess that's something that we kind of have to accept as a inevitable part of the future going on. But you just start drawing lines, you know what I mean? I think it's something to be careful of.
So price fixing is socialism.
Right. Or a socialistic move, like
or socialistic move or whatever.
Almost borderline communistic.
And lemon cars are illegal.
Lemon cars?
Yeah, lemon cars were a car that breaks down. You buy a new car, breaks down a few days after you buy it. Turn it, breaks down again, that same part. Return it, breaks down again. That's a lemon. That's illegal.
What, after 4?
After
Fuck
3.
ups? 3.
After 3.
It's ridiculous.
So, is that socialism?
I don't know. I mean, like,
State of California.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
So, right, I mean, in the state of California, they say you can't sell bags. Grocery stores don't sell bags anymore.
Right.
And if you do, they fine you. If you have to, the
right.
yeah.
And that's
So that's
in a sense,
socialism.
that is socialism, yeah. But then with the
That doesn't. I mean,
with the
it's-
lemon car, it's just
the
it's
16
still
ounce.
it's still
is
socialism.
socialism, right?
It's still socialism
in New York
because
City.
like
But
a
who
lemon
cares?
car.
It's not that bad.
I know I understand that, but it's like you start creating. Okay, you let one thing go, and you let them say, okay, now that's a lemon car. Why the fuck would you make a law that makes that a lemon car? That's ridiculous. I mean, maybe you could argue the point that it's a safety measure or something because the car is just faulty, but you know, you got to start asking that question in general. You know what I mean? You keep making laws and laws, but like, why are you making those laws half the time? You know what
There's
I mean?
always a reason.
Exactly, but then you also start creating
like
more and more power.
95% of laws get shut down.
Good, because there's just so many, and there's always new laws coming out. You know what I mean? And it just seems like maybe we're making laws for the sake of making laws because there's just like a group of people that kind of exploit something. We have to plug that.
We make
crack,
laws.
You know?
We make laws for help corporations. You know, we make laws.
Oh man.
You know, some laws are passed just so there's a loophole that a corporation can get through.
Oh right, or that you
Yeah.
loosely word something so that you can just be vague and
So laws are passed all the time, and there's like techniques for passing laws.
right.
You know, there's a technique of where as soon as it gets to the last member of Congress, put in something,
Right.
put in a few words in that law, that document, and it's so small, so minuscule that usually it doesn't get noticed. And
But then it'll be like
there's a way you have to do it,
legal,
and it gets passed, and there's that loophole just because. And
because technically,
you know those people that like the part of government that like help gain money.
What do you mean gain money?
They help. I forgot. I'll have to
What do you
look
mean,
it up.
like look over the finances and what we're spending on?
No,
and
no,
just-
no. I'll have to look it up.
Oh,
I woke up at like 1 today, so I'm feeling pretty brain foggy.
shut up. That's such a bad excuse.
No,
You've
it's
just been
true.
talking to this podcast pretty darn well for the
It's
last
true.
hour.
You know, you wake up late in the afternoon, you just feel like.
I don't do that
bleh.
anymore, but yeah, that
I
does suck.
hate it,
Yeah.
dude. I sleep so good in my house.
But you don't wake up well, so I mean it can't be all that
No,
great.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like a spring chicken, bro.
Dude, I went
You're
to-
like,
We're recording last night.
Yeah.
And I shut it. It's like 3:40 in the morning.
Right,
I'm all right, guys, I'm cutting it off. Everyone's like, "Oh, come on!"
Right.
Nope, I'm going to sleep.
right.
You guys are all yayed out. Have fun. Go
Yeah.
in your room.
Yeah, dude.
Go in the other room. So everyone goes in the other room, and I hear them all singing, jamming out still.
Right.
I go to sleep. It's probably like 4:30, 4:15 or whatever. I'm just reading Les Miserables.
Nice.
Great book.
Cute.
Yeah. And I go to sleep, and I wake up. My roommate wakes me up. He's like, "Yo, CJ, you got an interview today. It's 1:40." I'm like, "Oh shit,
Oh shit.
dude!" And I
Dude.
just sleep so fine. I don't know. I need.
You're a fucking log, bro.
But at my sister's
Oh,
house,
dude.
when I was babysitting the dogs at my sister's house,
Yeah.
what I did was like one day I got up at 12,
Yeah.
right, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set my alarm for 11 this time since I got up at 12.
Right.
Set my alarm for 11, wake up at 11. Then I'm like, all right, I got up at 11. I'm gonna set my alarm for 10:30.
Yeah.
Wake up at 10:30, and then I set it for 10:15. Got up at 10:15.
Right.
So I did it earlier. And
Oh
earlier.
yeah, so it just kind of got the cycle
But
back.
here, dude, in this house, I don't know what it is. I just fucking pass. Like, I just sleep through and through. My roommate's asleep right now, probably. Yeah, he said he was up all night.
Maybe make sure it's not something weird with your apartment. I mean, that's just a
That's what I'm
thought.
thinking.
Start thinking. If it's really starting to get weird, pay
Like,
attention.
I don't know. Whatever. He said it's like he's had his apartment. He had his house.
Fumigated?
No, for ghosts.
That
Yeah.
house?
Yeah. The
1
house.
year now?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You mean like sage? They burn sage and just flood
The
the house
water.
with the the holy
Holy
water.
water, yeah,
Wow.
Yep. He says that because he said his son would keep seeing ghosts.
Oh
He
shit!
said his son would keep seeing this little girl.
Damn,
Yeah, and his son's there not now. His son moved out.
it's correct.
So he was like, just to make sure. I'm gonna.
Right.
And but I don't know what it is, man. Who knows? But I just fucking sleep in that house.
right.
So tonight I'm gonna try to. Of course, tonight I'm gonna be up late. It's inevitable.
That's what happens,
I
bro.
woke up at 1:40, but I'm gonna try to get up early. So I got up at 1 today. I'm gonna probably set my alarm for 12 or 11.
Right.
Probably 12.
Yeah, I wake up every day at like 8:30
You do?
every day.
No alarm?
No. Like, I never get up to my alarm. I always
What
wake up
time
at
do you usually
8:30.
go to sleep?
1.
It's early.
1 or 12.
That's so
I
12.
try to go 12, but I
12?
usually sit there for like 45
I
minutes.
cannot do that. I
Well,
cannot
that's
go
the
to sleep
thing.
at 12.
That's why you're waking up so late. But also, I got to go to work. I got work in the morning. I got work till 3 tomorrow, but I'm still gonna
I
wake
think I'm
up
gonna
at
do-
8:30.
I think I'm gonna do
My
some
cycle's
yoga.
there, you know.
Tonight.
Go for it. Fit.
Well, the reason is,
man, doing the yoga.
man, when I do
Just
yoga,
kidding, man. I love yoga.
when I do yoga, I feel so good
Oh, I don't give a shit.
when I'm
I
done.
don't give a shit.
Okay.
I know you do. You feel like your flow is just like like your blood just pumps better. I know what you mean, man.
And I'm sure I'm gonna be sleeping well tonight. And it's hot yoga, so they turn that bitch up to like 100 degrees.
Right.
You sweat balls, and it's just like, oh yeah.
Nice. Well, anyways, I think we should wrap
should
this
end it. Let's
podcast.
do
It's
it.
been an hour.
I think
and
we're
10 minutes.
supposed to end it like 10, 15
I think it
minutes
was
ago.
good though, but we added the last 15 minutes. That was a pretty sweet combo. But yeah, thanks for coming on to Pandemonium.
Meow. Meow. Bah.
Hope you enjoy it. This is
Moo.
podcast number 2. And stay tuned to next week when we may have a guest. We don't know yet. And
Figure
a
it
theme
out.
song. We'll have a theme song. We will
cares?
have a theme song. Anyways, have a great night, day, morning, whenever you're listening to this. Good night.